everyone. So today myself and my team members will be interviewing our parents based on their experience on nurturing moral values and building characters. So before the interview, I would like to introduce my team members. It's myself, Sharmani, Sharanya, Verlina and Eliza.
Hi, my name is Sharanya Anapropada Jetisingi and I'm from 17B. Today, I will interview my mum on her experience of how she nurtured good values and certain characters in her children. This is my mum, Miss Vasuki Anapropa Arulapan. She will be turning 58 this coming September. She graduated from SMK Seri Bali Cha'a, Johor, and she's a housewife and a mother of 3. So, mum, what are the top 5 moral values that you instill in your children, us, when we were young?
The first moral value that nurtured in my children is responsibility. It is the most important moral value for me because it teaches them to be independent, face their mistakes and be able to make their own decision in any situation. I taught them to be responsible since young. For example, I asked my kids to wash their plates after eating and put away their toys after done playing. I praised them or gave reward for their accomplishment. The next moral value is hardworking. I also taught them to be hard work as itself in disciplining them and help them to achieve their goals with dedication and determination. I promised them that all the hard work they put in will pay off, especially during their exam period. The third moral value is honesty. I taught them to be honest all the time because I believe they will be more realistic and trustworthy by being honest with everyone. My husband and I have never lied to our children to cover up anything since they were young, and that is how I influence my children to be honest as well. The fourth moral value that I nurtured in my children is patience. Patience is also one of the values that I instilled in my children because it helps them from taking quick and irritation decision. It also gives them hindrance to learn any difficult skills as well as taught them to have self-control. I taught them to have self-control by only letting them watch movies during the weekend. The last moral value is kindness. I taught my children to be kind to everyone, including animals and plants.
Hello everyone, I'm Verlina Vinmati and today I would be interviewing my father, Mr. Guna Arulalan, for my moral final project. So my father holds a degree in Bachelor in Arts with Honours from and also an MBA from UTM Cranfield Joint Program. He also did his diploma in Public Management from Intan, and now he has been a civil servant for 27 years and still counting. So he has served in many ministries and departments, and in present he is the head of finance at the Ministry of Transport. So this is my father, Mr. Guna Arulalan. So my first question for you would be, why do you think moral values are important in one's life?
Why it is important? Living in a community, one is expected to follow the accepted norms of life, and morality is the one that will guide you to choose what is right and wrong. So the importance of moral or morality, moral values will help one to choose what is good and to discard what is bad in life. So that is why moral is very, very important in a person's life, because it defines the character of a person.
Okay. Alright, moving on to the next question. Was it a difficult task to implant moral values in me when I was a kid?
That's a very tricky question, and that's a difficult one to answer, but it wasn't a difficult task to implant moral values. okay, how do I put it in a way that that is easier to understand? Is it naturally kids will have the usual characters of a kid. So that is there will be the initial years of being stubborn, wanting to have everything that they want to have, and this is very normal in a kid's life. So we need to teach them, and in a way, I need to teach you as a kid that not everything that you want matters or you need them. So I need to explain why you don't need certain things, and I need to explain why a no is also an answer that you can also accept. So these are some of the initial foundation years that I've seen in you, and it wasn't difficult because I have accepted the fact that generally kids are like that. Kids will have to be guided, and as long as we can reason out. One of the common mistakes that I would say parents would make is to think that it is not important for them to explain why certain things can and cannot. But in your case, your mom and I, we took the trouble of explaining why certain things can be done, why certain things are not. But ultimately, the whatever that we as parents say matters, because for the simple reason that it is you're not in an age that you are allowed to make your own decision yet at that point. So the foundation years, not difficult. We had small challenges, but overall it wasn't that big.
Okay. So my last and final question to you: how do you think parents can play a role in building children's character, or do you think it happens naturally?
Something to happen naturally, the thing has to be there naturally. So naturally kids will have the good and bad in them. So it needs nurturing. So if we nurture the good things in a person, so the good things will reveal, will expose. If we allow the bad things to nurture by itself without any proper guidance, then that will reveal. So parents' role is important to ensure that the nurturing process is there, the instilling and imparting of good values takes place in the foundation years, and even as you grow up, even in this year, we are still instilling, we are still imparting in different ways. Maybe during the foundation years, it was more of a disciplining kind of instilling of values, but now it's more of coaching and mentoring and leading you and helping you to make your own decisions. So nurturing is the part that parents will have to play in order to bring out the good that is already naturally inbuilt in any person.
All right. Thank you for your time.
Thank
You so much, everyone. Hello, I am Elisa Grace from 17B. Today I will be interviewing my mother for the final year moral project on how parents nurture moral values and character building on their children. Here with me is my mother, Miss Leilani Jimenez de Costa. She is 49 years old. She is a Filipino, graduated from the Philippines, and decided to migrate to Malaysia for a better future. She works as a clerk and a mother to 5. How do you decide what is moral and what is not for your children?
As a religious person that practices Catholic religions, I always teach my children to live life according to the teaching in the Bible. I believe that the Bible only teaches us to do good things and avoid doing bad things in life. If my children did wrong, I will teach them to learn from mistake and do better next time.
What are the 3 most important moral values you apply in raising your children?
The 3 most important moral values in raising my children is I teach them to be compassionate. Always understand the suffering of others and do something about it. I also teach them to be polite, having good manners, and act right no matter where you are. Lastly, to have gratitude, appreciate everything life has to offer because some people dream to have what we have, but they cannot afford.
To conclude, I'm lucky to have my mom and dad as my parent. They always try their best in nurturing moral values and good character building in us siblings. No matter how many times life pushes us down, my parents are always there to pick us up and guide us into the right path. I am proud to say that I have a parent that will never give up on their responsibility as a parent to their children. In order for the children to act morally, they need to know the good, care about the good, and practice doing the good. Henry Ward Beecher once quote, "We will never know the love of a parent until we become parents ourselves." Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Sharwani Giridharan. So today I will be interviewing my father for the final year moral project. So before the interview, I would like to introduce my father. This is my father, Mr. Giridharan. He is a fire and rescue officer and he has 38 years of experience in this field, and he has also graduated with diploma in WIT College.
The moral principle that I emphasize most is discipline, because I always thought it's important our happiness and success. Self-disciplined person are more likely to achieve success in life. I always think that if you have a good self-control, you will make a right choice rather than a wrong decision. Yes, because our character indicate who you are. As a father, I always wanted my children to admire you as a person. I have given lesson on how to respect seniors. No matter that, show respect of the elderly, and self-confidence is the most important. Every move you take in life must be backed by confidence. You will always lead a life of success if you have good self-confidence.
To conclude, I would like to say that moral values definitely play an important role in every human being's life. And I would proudly say that my parents have brought me up by nurturing good moral values. I would like to end up with a nice quote. "Wisdom is light, but a wise man without morals is a well without rope." Thank you.
To sum up, parents are a child's first teachers and role models. They are responsible for shaping up the child's behavior and implement good morals in them. Children listen, observe, and imitate their parents. So it is important that they should be a good role models the kids would want to follow. As the saying goes, practice what you preach. Remember that children's good habits always begin at home. A good habit for children helps them to grow and be a wonderful and successful human being. Make sure parents are there throughout to guide and to support their children. Thank you.